This is Learning to Fly, a novel by Charles Demaris, narrated by Charles Demaris. Text copyright 2020, production copyright 2021, all rights reserved. Chapter 1. Walter Hicks gave up trying to sleep, put his slippers on, and meandered out to the living room. It was a constant flow of traffic outside that kept him awake. Why the hell doesn't it keep me awake when I'm in my recliner? He thought to himself. He looked at the clock on the wall. Almost midnight, and these damn kids are still running up and down the street. Don't they ever sleep? The English mastiff that had followed him from the bedroom lifted his head to listen, then put his head down again with a sigh. Whatever his master was mumbling about didn't concern him one bit, as long as he was fed and got the requisite number of head scratches. As if on cue, Walter reached down and absent-mindedly scratched the dog's head. "Kids don't bother you, do they, Otis?" Otis just swished his tail and let out a low, contented growl before shutting his eyes and drifting off. "How you do that, with these kids making all that noise? How they manage to make it through school, I'll never know." Walter thought about that as he turned on the TV and surfed through the channels. He didn't have many good things to say about college kids, but he lived blocks from the University of Cincinnati campus. Why he hadn't moved in the last decade was beyond him. Laziness, mostly. Since Marcy died, he had lost all incentive to do much of anything, let alone try to find an apartment in a better part of town. They had lived in a nicer neighborhood once, before the cancer treatments took all their savings and the proceeds from the sale of the house. Walter took more and more time off work to be with her toward the end, and the apartment on Ohio was the best they could afford. Now, going on 10 years later, he was simply too lazy to pack his things and move. So he put up with the college kids driving up and down the street at all weird hours, and he put up with the incessant parties every weekend. At 65, he figured he was entitled to a bit of laziness. Not that he begrudged the kids their drinking. Lord knows he did enough of that himself. Speaking of drinking, he thought as he scrolled through the channels for the third time. "Otis, old boy, don't you think you could learn how to fetch me a beer, do you?" He didn't wait for the dog's answer, but got up and walked to the kitchen, checking the fridge only to find half a gallon of milk, a few eggs, half of a hamburger, and half a block of Colby Jack that looked like it had been there since the Clinton administration. "Well, not bad if you cut the mold off," he said.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?